Right next to you.
Here I am, yeah.
We're in good company this evening, afternoon.
How's everyone doing? All right? Good. Good.
This is your first time ever on the show, and we appreciate you making some time for us here on a Friday afternoon. An exciting Friday, big news week for you. And you know what I want to kick off with? I think in this industry, and I think you'll agree with me, you get congratulated for a lot of stuff. You go on Twitter, I'm sure your mentions are all just like, you're the greatest thing ever. You get congratulated. Trust me, I was on Twitter with you guys this week, I know. But you get congratulated a lot of time for materialistic things like awards, things like chart accomplishments. I want to just, in front of some of your biggest fans here, congratulate you on something that is so hard to do in what you do for a living, and that's find your sound. Work through all of these things to find your sound. Can you join me in giving a round of applause?
Thank you, thank you.
I mean, truly, man, you know how hard that is.
Yeah, man, it's definitely hard, and it took me, a good year, 18 months. What are you laughing at? My accent, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Anyway, if I could speak, if that's all right, love. When I spent a long time trying to find exactly what my sound was. And to be fair, when I first went out on my own, I wasn't even sure that I was definitely going to make a solo record, and kind of one thing led to another. And I kind of had to learn on the job who I am really as an artist, because I'd only really looked at myself as, the lad in a band. So all of a sudden I had to look at myself as an artist, as an individual. So that took a little bit of time, I think.
So talk to me, that's fascinating you say that, Louis. Talk to me about the moment, I guess, after you leave, the band goes their separate ways, that you're not thinking about a solo record. What was your apprehension? What was your hesitation in going solo?
I just wasn't worried. If I'm being honest, I just wasn't ready for the band to go on a break, to be honest. Oh, come on, Jesus. It surprised me to a certain degree. So I didn't have any plan in place or anything like that. I think I just thought that I was going to carry on writing for other people, but not necessarily for myself. And then, like I'm sure a lot of people in this situation, I did a bit of writing. I liked some of the songs I was writing. I thought, yeah, I might as well have a crack with this. Who's got the phone on? Get that on silent, love. I'm only joking. You shit yourself there.
It's better than a meet and greet. Well, talk to me about the difference here between songs you feel like you had to make in the past and then songs that we're getting nowadays that sound so good and they're songs you want to make.
I think it's quite evident, even in my performance or even in situations like this, that I just feel a lot more comfortable with what I'm doing now. I think because what I knew with One Direction was, chasing radio and getting as big a moment as possible. That's kind of all I really knew. So that was my expectations, albeit unrealistic. But I didn't know that at first, so I kind of had to work that out.
But isn't it, I just, as from the outside looking in, I feel like the music you're giving us right now, between We Made It and also Kill My Mind, these are songs that only you can sing.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah,
Whereas
good.
you may have, and I'm, you're being so honest, so allowed me to be honest, is that I feel like in the past you've had great solo songs, great songs you want to dance, you get up.
Oh, you're right. I know what you're about to say.
Yeah.
But please, carry on. No, you're right.
Louis like, I like this honesty.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
But maybe there was the potential for it to be performed by somebody else. And what I'm saying is...
A little bit more generic.
A little bit.
And I completely agree with that. And that, to a certain degree, was me chasing radio, and kind of making something that was safe and that I thought was going to fit onto radio. And especially with that Steve song, I love and respect Steve, and I love that song, and it's a special song to me. But sonically, it never really... I can't relate to those sounds, So in the end, I just thought, if I'm going to do this, and it takes up a lot of my time, obviously, I need to do something I really love. So I feel good about that now.
You almost feel that you had to go through those songs to get to these songs?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's, I've learned a lot on the job, really, and that was one of those situations where I do think I had to go through that stage of writing, working with specific producers that maybe weren't right for me now, but at the time I had to learn from that. You know what I mean?
So much has changed. Really, as we go around the room, you can all probably think of how much your lives has changed, how much our lives has changed. Since 4 or 5 years ago. Why is that funny?
Yeah, they're funny, aren't they? These lot.
But no, truly, on a serious note, so we've gone through so many personal experiences. In your life, have there been personal experiences over the past few years or since being in the group that you feel have enabled you to sort of find your voice more clearly?
I've always been pretty good at standing up for myself and getting my own way to a certain degree. Thank you. You're a lot of funny, aren't you? But I think what I've learned mostly about being out on my own, which is kind of an extension of what you just said, is I've learned to trust my gut more. And you know, I've said in a few interviews, there's a lot of opinion around me. A lot of people have, you know, a lot to say about what they think I should be. And I just got to stand strong and say, no, this is who I am, really. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's awesome. Please.
Am I going to get a round of applause every time? Yeah, I like that, I like that.